Hey everybody, Robert here, Black Belt Gaming, reading through Dragonslayer, the role-playing game. We are up to the Illusionist as far as our reading of the classes. Remember, this is a game mixing BX, basic Dungeons & Dragons rules with AD&D's classes, monsters, and magical items. Illusionists, they do require certain ability scores, an intelligence of 15 and a dexterity of 16. That's pretty high. Humans can reach any level. Gnomes can go all the way up to level 12. But that's it, humans or gnomes. Intelligence is the prime requisite. Hit dice is D4. Gold is the same as the magic user, 2d4 times 10, so 20 to 80. Illusionists are arcane spellcasters that specialize in deception magic to manipulate reality. They are adept at conjuring to confuse, mislead, or beguile their opponents. Like magic users, an illusionist's most prized possession is his or her spellbook. They may not use armor or shields, and they can use daggers, darts, quarterstaffs, or slings, just like the magic user. They begin play with the ability to understand and speak the Black Tongue, the language of the dark art. Scrolls, they can do just like the magic users could. They can write their own spell scrolls at 250 gold pieces per level. And it takes 1 week per spell level when you're writing it out. A scroll can hold a maximum of 3 spell levels. And only spells that you can currently cast can be scribed onto the scrolls. Just like magic users, illusionists may channel any spell, level 1 spell, and change it into detect magic or read magic. I didn't do this with the magic user when we looked through there, but some editions have gotten rid of the read magic as a spell. Why don't we just take a quick look at that? I'm just flipping through. Read magic. A wizard or illusionist, a magic user or illusionist, can decipher unintelligible arcane writing on scrolls, books, and weapons. The spell does not activate the magic on an item, but it can if it is cursed. Once cast, the spell can read that specific item at will without need to cast read magic again. So that's the arcane read magic. Maybe if you're curious, how about detect magic? We haven't looked that up in Dragonslayer yet. This is a range of 10 feet plus 10 feet per level. The spell allows the caster to identify a magical object or being in the area of effect for the duration of the spell. This includes objects or beings that are permanently or temporarily under any form of enchantment. Okay, moving on. There's the same spell memorization limit. You can't memorize the same spell more than once to be cast in a single day. Bonus spells, just like the magic user, and in a way the cleric as well. If your intelligence is 15 or higher, you receive 1 additional first level spell, and when second level spells are available, you can gain 1 additional second level spell per day. Gnome illusionists, an interesting entry here. Gnomes possess a natural aptitude for illusion, and their duration of illusionist spells is increased by 3 rounds. So we have the fast packs available. The initial spells are somewhat different than the magic user, and I guess that's a good thing. We have Phantasmal Force, we have Light, and we have some of these other ones. Mazakala's Glassy Facsimile, Mazakala's Imperfect Panic, Zygig's Phantasmal Mancatcher. Some interesting names here. Why don't we look up one of these? Phantasmal Force was listed first. That's one of the old ones. Let's take a look at Phantasmal Force. The spell, I see that's advanced. Here's the basic one. This caster creates an illusion with a fixed 20 by 20 by 20 foot cube. The caster must concentrate solely on the illusion. If touched, the illusion disappears. However, an illusionary creature can attack. All of those who behold the illusion are given a saving throw to disbelieve. If successful, a disbeliever can communicate the truth of the illusion to others, and they gain a +4 on their disbelief saves. If a player character fails their save, the illusion continues. An illusionary monster will appear to inflict harm on its subject. Illusionary monsters have an armor class of 9 and vanish if they are struck. If the target loses all its hit points, he falls to the ground unconscious instead of dying. All other aspects of the phantasm are illusionary and impose no damage. The illusion includes no auditory component, so there's no sound. Interesting. Range of this is 10 feet plus 5 feet per level. So what is Mazakala's glassy facsimile? Never heard this name before. Maybe some of you know it. By means of this spell, a magic user or illusionist can create a sparkly, phantasmagorical simulacrum of a single medium-sized being. Okay. So a sparkle. Okay, so it's like a figure. If the being beholds its copy, it must make a save versus spell or be entranced, unable to function beyond staring at the glassy facsimile for 1d4 plus 1 rounds before reaching out and touching the phantasm, thereby ending the spell. The spell has no effect on 4+ hit dice creatures, and the target must have a clear line of sight to the copied being. So sort of a glassy copy of the target. That's one I'm not familiar with. I don't think I have ever played an illusionist in my years of D&D. I don't think I ever have. So I'm interested to look up some of these other spells as well. Things like dancing lights and color spray. I recognize all of these from AD&D days. But there's a few other strange named spells I'm not familiar with, but I'm curious to look these up. Interesting to see just how different the illusionist may be from the magic user spells. But that is the illusionist so far. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'll catch you later.